It's a fresh take on a dad joke trope. You ready for
Okay.
it?
Is there
Yeah.
any way you could let the YouTube audience join us before you start throwing out the big hits of comedy, my friend?
I gotta look up
In
trope.
5, 4, and we're live.
I can certainly wait for you to get on YouTube and let them join us.
We are live on what they call
This
the
joke
YouTube.
will not be one of the big hits of comedy.
And you are looking at the world famous Mike Langworthy Theater, located deep inside the Colorado Comedy Show's virtual event center.
So beautiful.
A lot of people think that this is an ultrasound of Liberace's colon, but it's not.
Right. Every week, brand new zinger, brought to you by Zing, everyone. 100% more Zing now on the Open Mic Comedy Show. Please welcome our host, Mike Langworthy.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you very much. I really wish John O'Keefe was here because he's Irish, and I would have loved to have tried to joke with him with an iconic American actor that he would never have heard of. But anyway, this is for anybody who is interested, and the rest of you, it's for you too, because whether you're interested or not, unless Chuck cuts off my mic, I'm going to tell this.
They're a captive audience.
It's a joke that is probably not a joke, really. When is a joke not a joke? When I tell it.
Hello.
It's like I said, it's a brand new, fresh take on an old trope of dad jokes. The knock knock joke. That's one of the tropes. You know, when you go knock knock, who's there? Orange.
Mhm.
Knock knock, who's there? Orange. You know, orange who? Orange, you glad? Banana. It's knock knock banana. Knock banana who?
Yeah.
And so this is a new take on it. It really, you think it's going to go this way and then it goes this way. That's some of the complicated comedy terminology we use here. So here's the joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Old lady.
Old lady
Old
who?
lady who?
Betty White.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Open Mic Comedy Show is no longer brought to you by Zing.
Oh, no, sorry. That was the best response I could have hoped for.
I think the joke needed a longer setup, Mike.
Oh,
Right.
like
Well,
another
I sort of set it up to fail, but I set it up to fail in a way that I would find amusing, and that's the whole point.
Or was it a dad joke, as in dad has dementia and says non sequiturs? Maybe that's the point of that
Old
joke.
lady who? The old lady who? Who is an old lady? Who do you know that's an old lady? How about a 99-year-old TV star? What about
Okay.
that?
Okay, Mike.
No, you got it.
Let's go with that.
You had me a trope.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm a
Okay.
never troper, so I can't participate.
Wow. Ned Rice saving the day.
Wow. He learned that joke from his friend Jerry Mander.
Oh,
no.
shoot.
Oh, no.
That's Sal's brother, right?
Oh,
Amanda.
Yes, Sal A. Mander.
you're making a mockery of this.
Sure. Okay.
Ah!
Now here's the thing. We're not making a great impression on Olivia Ward at the moment.
No, thank you
I
for
want to lay
bringing
that
that
out
up.
there. I just want to put that out there. This isn't how I usually do things. I usually start out with 5 to 7 minutes of hilarious stand-up
You do?
comedy.
Really?
Sorry. Oh, I was just.
Though I'm sitting. Well, you haven't been there those weeks,
Oh, okay.
Ned. So you wouldn't
Oh, okay.
be aware of that. But it
Okay.
but it happens a lot. I get letters, but I still do the show. Anyway, hello everyone. So usually I do that, but tonight it's going to be a real low key night because we have a lot of members of the Marvel Universe on the show. Get it, low key. All right.
Betty White.
You write that down.
Wait.
Trust me, Betty White's going to be hilarious by the end of the night,
Okay.
if only by comparison. So anyway, this is what we usually do. We talk, we tell a few jokes to try and make Gladys laugh, because God knows she earns it. You know, she's She's had every STD known to mankind. Assassins take blood samples of hers just to give to politicians from foreign countries. That's what she says. Her blood is half polonium and half whatever, retrovirus. I don't know. I'm just free associating at this point. We don't get anything.
She had herpes simplex 6.
We have actually funny people here on the show tonight, so I'm gonna
And they'll be here soon.
I'm gonna thank you. I hope so, because you're the first comic I'm interviewing.
Oh God!
The first guy that's coming up on stage, figuratively and zoomatically, is a guy that I've known since we were both stand-ups in New York. I don't know if he was still there when Ned Rice was in New York.
Yes.
Yeah,
but
Ned said he was a bartender at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, be that as it may, I always thought he was funny, and that's one of the things that set me apart from the comedy community when we lived in New York. So please, if you will, welcome my old, let's go with friend, Alan Enlow. Alan Enlow, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Hey.
I didn't think that was funny at all. Thank you. Thank you very much. So you can see I'm here in old time Brooklyn tonight.
Yeah.
Step back a few years. Yeah. And welcome to my neighborhood, the old time Brooklyn, where the original neighborhood bird is the middle finger. But I've been reading the news this week. It's a rarity, something I did this week. I saw that Mick Jagger was actually getting a beer in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went into the bar, nobody knew he was there. So that's huge news. Huge news. I don't understand how they didn't know that he was there. I mean, when the guy ordered a beer, they couldn't figure it out. Yeah, could I get a British beer, please? Please, just a British beer. Yeah. Excuse me, sir, but I don't think you're from around here, are you? No, I'm from Lipsky, Arizona. But for a while there, I was going through that stage. Now I only pretty much only read biographies and true history, because I think that's the weirdest stuff you could read. But for a while there, I was reading just rock star bios, and they're pretty much all the same. I read Mick Jagger's bio. It was basically, I can sum it up for you. Mick fucked a woman, Mick fucked a guy, Mick laughed all the way to the bank. Then I read David Bowie's bio. It was pretty much the same thing. David fucked a woman, David fucked a guy, David laughed and then bought the bank. I'm going to be coming out with my bio soon. It'll be similar. It'll be I fucked a woman, I got married and got fucked. Then I laughed all the way to then I laughed all the way to the bank until I tried to withdraw money, and then they laughed at me. So that's my book coming out soon. I pretty much told you everything, so don't bother to buy it. Now, some really good news. Some Afghan girls soccer team actually managed to get out of Afghanistan. The Taliban was literally going door to door looking for young women. I mean, I know that's something I do too, but at least I pretend I'm a Jehovah's Witness and so you can get away with it. But they actually crossed the border. It took them a while, but they actually managed to cross the border and they escaped. And congratulations to them. I would have loved to have been there when they crossed the border, because they all yelled in unison, "Go!" Been an exciting moment. I'm glad we don't have to watch those stupid commercials anymore that we saw at the beginning of the pandemic that said every commercial was the same. We're all in this together. You know why we don't hear that anymore? Because no one's fucking together anymore. They're all divided. Yeah, we would actually still be together if maybe Bill Clinton were still president, because he would have put the COVID vaccine in a marijuana joint. And then he could have done the commercials. Like, yeah, guys, you got to take a hit of this COVID joint. Yeah, because even if you get COVID, you won't give a shit because you'll be high. Yeah. Aren't I right, Miss Lewinsky? That's right, Bill. And that's one joint I wouldn't mind sucking on again.
Wow.
So that took a minute or three to get to you.
Yeah.
Now,
Sure.
one thing I don't understand, well, there's many things I don't understand, but this is one of them. How can you be a nurse and be an anti-vaxxer? I would you want to see that nurse? I wouldn't want that nurse taking care of me. Well, where did they get their medical degree? Dr. Seuss? You know, what do they do when they graduate? They recite a poem for us. You know, I do not like green eggs and vaccines. If you make me take it, I will surely scream. I got all my science from the Cat in the Hat, who also believes this round earth is flat. Thank you. I'm graduating. I don't understand the Roe v. Wade states that are trying to reverse that. The states that are trying to reverse Roe v. Wade. If they reverse Roe v. Wade, we're going to be wading and rowing in a river of shit. It's not going to be good because you can't stop people trying to get abortions. You're only going to stop access to it. So it's either going to go underground or go extremely commercial, and you're going to have McDonald's with McAbortion drive-ins. All right, please pull up to window number 3. Here's your coat hanger and a Happy Meal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you're cutting it. Thank you. Thank you. Mike actually buried his head in the desk.
No, I was looking at my notes.
But that's all right.
I was looking at my-
If you need to vomit, I've got bags here.
No, God, no. God, no.
But as the older I get, how long should I go tonight? I have no idea. Like 30 minutes?
Until you get a laugh.
Oh!
No,
Well, I'll be going all night then.
I have to go. I have to leave at midnight, so we'll have to come up with another take.
According to what's happening so far, I'm going to be here.
I will flash you a light like this.
Okay. And
We got a minute to go.
do another half hour.
So
Okay.
I don't know if you've been keeping time yourself.
Yeah, I've got it in front of me here.
I think you're at about 4 minutes. And
Five
probably
and-
a couple more.
5 minutes 43. All right. Anyway, so the older I'm getting, I've developed my own philosophy about many things. One of them is my philosophy on sex is you should just do it with anyone, everywhere, anyone, just not kids and animals, because that's abuse. There's only one exception. If you're a cracker from the South, you are allowed to have sex with a parrot, because let's face it, they're always asking for it. That's why I'm here, buddy. Let's go. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you guys. I had no sex talk when I was growing up. The only thing I had was my father used to take me aside and go, son, he's Southern Baptist. Don't have sex till after you're married. Now that really didn't work for me because I didn't get married till I was 35. If I had to wait that long to have sex, I would have had it right at the damn ceremony. If you take this woman, yeah, take her right now, damn it. Back up, because I'm going to be dry humping my wife's leg like a stray dog at a Rockettes concert. But the thing is, my wife insists on directing all the sex between the two of us. She's basically like a construction worker whose main job is guiding trucks when they back up. Beep, 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 beep. All right, a little more to the left, a little more to the left. All right, stop right there. Okay, dump your load right here. All right, give me the orgasm. All right, good. Let me have a cigarette. Thank you. All right, you can drop your invoice off at the office and we'll see you next week. That's pretty much how we have sex. Now, I was a very repressed child. As I said, I was raised Southern Baptist. I gave it up for Lent, though, but at the time I was repressed. I didn't even masturbate till I got out of college. For years, I thought that masturbation was some kid you met at a British boarding school. You know, hello, I'm Master Jones. This is Master Smith. Over there's masturbation. Don't shake his hand. Now, the only reason I didn't explode from sperm backup was because I had a lot of wet dreams. Now, of course, I didn't know what a wet dream was at the time. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd be all wet. I'd panic like, oh my God, I'm all wet. I'd run into my dad's room. Dad, what's going on? Do we have a leak in the ceiling? I'm all wet. No, son, there's no leak in the ceiling, but there is one in your pants. So you need to go in the bathroom and clean yourself off and don't tell your mother. I was like, okay, Dad, thanks, man. Should I ask for a therapist now, or shall I wait till I'm 45 and really fucked up? Now, young man, don't you say the F word in front of me. That's disrespectful. Like, Dad, this is a dream sequence. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Oh, all right, sorry. I don't understand why Christians insist on claiming that gay sex is wrong. I mean, have you read the Bible lately?
No.
You read the Old Testament? There's nothing but guys having sex. Ezekiel begat Jebediah. Jebediah begat Joseph, who became a hairstylist. That's why Jesus had nice hair. Somebody had to do it. You know. Why do they always paint pictures of Jesus as like a surfer dude with long hair? It's like, hey, come on, dudes, let's hang 10 at the Red Sea. I don't need a board because I can walk on water. Nanner, nanner, nanner. Now, I got to give my Southern Baptist dad credit, because my dad could not stand pictures of white Jesus. He would see them in the church and he'd go, now, well, I don't get that. Why do they have a picture of Jesus looking like a damn pansy? It's like, Dad, you can't call people pansies. Well, all right. Well, he may not be a pansy, but he sure is a florist who carries a lot of pansies. When you think about it, Jesus was not white. He was the hero of the marginalized. He was Black, Jewish, and probably gay. Come on, he had to be gay. He was hanging out with 12 disciples. They were all guys. I mean, have you seen the picture of the Da Vinci Last Supper? It's all these guys posing, spelling out YMCA. But the cool thing about Jesus is he didn't even give a crap. He could be whatever sex he wanted. He could do the miracles. Today I'm a man, tomorrow I'm a woman. Today I'm a man, tomorrow I'm a woman. Now, have you guys seen that internet story they had about Jesus hanging out in the gay bar?
No.
Now, I know it's true because I saw it on the internet. I'm wrapping it up. Yeah, Jesus was hanging out in a gay bar in Galilee. It was called, I believe it was called Faggots and Pharaohs. And that's where he turned the water into wine. But his brother, Kenny Christ, was there, and he was kind of jealous. So he turned the wine back into water. A couple of Roman guards got pissed off, beat the crap out of Kenny, put Jesus up on the cross. And we know how that ended. 3 days later, he came back bragging to everybody. Hey, look, everybody, I can whistle through my hands. And then Kenny got jealous, pulled his pants down and said, hey, everybody, look at this. I can sing through my ass. Pulled his pants down, shit everywhere. And people are like, Jesus Christ, Kenny, what did you do that for? And he goes, well, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez.
And on that note,
No.
I'm going to indict you.
Yeah, you don't always get a massive shit closer.
Have fun in hell.
A lot of people do. Yeah. Enjoy the afterlife, you sick, disgusting animal. Hey, but you know what? That's Alan Enlow. He deserves a big round of applause. Great for nothing else. And he got plenty of laughs too along the way. And then
That's what matters.
He went.
I also want to thank Gilbert. I want to thank Gilbert Gottfried for that last joke. I doubt he wrote it, but I'm sure he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
singing to my ass. I'm it's an old joke.
Okay, I'm good with that.
You're in the right place.
I don't mind. Yes, this is a good place for an old joke. We got a couple of old jokers here. Anyway, so we go from the ridiculous to the sublime with our next performer, who comes to us from Denver area. And for a long time, I thought that he was somewhere in California. And he showed up at one of my shows. So, and nobody has ever flown in for one of my shows. History of what is laughingly called a career.
Doesn't the airline have a package? Mike?
Yes.
Take us to a Mike Langworthy show and first class seats and all that.
Yeah.
But I've got your package right here.
Most of the people with a package go to Chuck's shows.
Wait.
Hello. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No, this is no.
As it turns out, this is turning into the longer of questions I've given this guy.
That was uncalled for.
I just,
although I would've-
I love it when he's on the show because I learned how to pronounce his name early on, and I'm so damn proud of myself. As a white guy, I'm legally obligated to be racist at every conceivable opportunity.
That's your job.
So I feel like I'm thumbing my nose at the man when I tell a South Asian man that I know how to pronounce his name correctly. I may not, but this is my best shot at it. Sukumar Vijayaraghavan is our next comedian, and I think you're going to love him.
Hey,
For God's sake.
Thanks, Mike. I think there's a misunderstanding. There are no anti-vax nurses, just nurses who don't like cleaning their ears. So I just want to talk a bit about cultural differences. And, it's surprising how, certain phrases can just throw you off when you're new in a country. At the airport, I stopped when I just landed at the airport, I just stopped at a coffee shop and asked them for a regular coffee. And the guy said, we don't have regular coffee. No, we are out of regular coffee, I'm afraid. And I said, no, dude, if you're scared of an empty coffee pot, no, you really need help. So then I went to the restroom and I was at the urinal, and a guy comes in in the next urinal, and he said, "How's it going?" And I've been, people have asked me, "How are you doing?" and "How's your day?" kind of thing, but I never heard that particular phrase, and I didn't know what exactly he wanted. So I looked down and said, "A nice steady stream, thank you." So, the other thing is, of course, you got to keep asking everybody how they're doing, and you have to ask random strangers. And you're supposed, if somebody asks you, you're supposed to say, "Great." You might be running on your way to jump off a bridge, but if somebody stops you and says, "How's it good? No, how's it going?" You have to say, "Great, thank you." And I don't like how stand-up comedians do that at the show, right? So I did this experiment a couple of weeks ago where I asked the audience to turn around and look at the person behind them. Well, if everybody turned around, it would defeat the purpose, I guess. It's like the thing about the World War II, right? So I read that Germany lost the war because they were fighting on two fronts. And I thought, they could have just avoided that if all the soldiers faced the same way. So the idea was to ask, look around and ask the person behind you, "How are you doing?" And then immediately ask, "Do I give a shit?" And it's sort of a ritual, right? And you assume that the audience knows the rules. What if someday there's some person from out of the country, you say, "How are you doing today?" And a woman stands up and says, "My husband died 2 days ago, and this was his ticket, so I thought I'd come to the show." Now that puts a damper on the whole comedy show, first, and secondly, it raises a whole lot of questions. So what was she doing at a comedy show 2 days after her husband died? And was she so concerned about money that she didn't want to waste a $5 ticket? The third thing I have against, third difference I see is Americans never like to ask where you're from. It's very different. So it's not a white man thing, it's a white American thing, because Europeans don't do that. I was at Target about a couple of years ago when this German dude came up and said, "Hey, you Iranian?" And I said, "No, I'm from India." And then we got talking, and he said, he had visited India, and he was from Germany and so on. And we had a pretty interesting 5-minute conversation. We didn't become pals or anything, but it was a pleasant way of talking to people. Now, on the other hand, just before the pandemic, I was in New York at a party, and this woman asked me, where are you coming from? I said, I'm from Denver. She said, no, before that, where were you from? I said, San Diego. And then she finally gave up and said, where are you originally from? And apparently saying a vagina was being rude. So that's my set. Thank you.
There you go, Sukumar, ladies and gentlemen. We've covered everything
Yeah.
south of the equator, so if anybody has any jokes about, stuff that happens above your waist, let us know.
Not on this show.
We'll try and
Will never
rush you
happen.
onto the stage, as opposed to what used to happen to me, where they would rush the stage when I was on. It's a completely different, a completely different thing. Am I right, Ned?
Big time.
Yeah.
But a lot of your gay bars are like that, Mike. It's not, I wouldn't take
why
it
is
personally.
everyone going after the gay?
Who went after anybody? Believe me, I was in awe of your mastery of the crowd was unparalleled.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's fine. At any rate, here's what I'm saying. Our next performer is somebody that often goes on later in the show because he's very patient, and I know, frankly, I know I can push him around, and I'm not proud of it. It doesn't make me a good person. In fact, it makes me a bad person, but I do it. And tonight I've decided to go the other way and bring him out early, and I know you're going to like him. Please welcome, if you will, Bruce Lipsky.
Yay!
Thank you. I'm pushing back tonight. Don't worry.
All right, thanks, man. That's my
a
name
friend of
on
mine-
there.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Zoom fight, Zoom fight, Zoom fight.
For that lack of respect, I could have stayed upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
You still would have gone on late.
that's right. Right. The chair down here, the couch upstairs, it's all the same. So anyway, a friend of mine just bought a 100-year-old house. And he called me up the other day and said, Bruce, I think this house is haunted. I'm hearing noises. I'm getting these weird premonitions. So I suggested that he go see a psychic medium. He said he wanted to, but unfortunately, all he can afford is a small. Must be a delay of reaction over here.
That's what it was.
that's exactly it.
Right. Actually, I talked about my wife a lot. You know, she does all the shopping in the house, and she came home the other day with a box of Uncle Ben's converted rice. So I asked her a simple question: how do you convert it? Do you bring it to a boil? She says no. She says no. I bring it to a boil. And, you know, I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I was actually born in upstate New York, and I got circumcised by the country doctor. His name was Moyle Haggard. Thankfully, it wasn't done by Melvin Tillis. But, you know, I have elderly parents, and I'm really starting to worry about my dad. He's 87, and he's convinced that stand-up MRI is a comedy.
Hello.
So I had to take him to the hospital for some tests. So we're in the elevator, and the technician wheels in this machine with all these tubes and hoses. My father looks at him and says, "Mister, you're not going to hook me up to that machine today, are you?" The guy looks back and says, "I hope not for your sake, buddy. It's a carpet cleaner."
Ouch.
And I'm really worried I'm going to turn it to my parents. You know, I'm starting to forget things. I swear my phone mattress has a better memory than I do. And I'm at the point right now when I'm on stage, I'm starting to, blow some of my comedy punchlines. So my doctor suggested I see a psychiatrist. So I was at the psychiatrist's office and I explained the situation. He says, "I know what your problem is. You've got PE,
What's
premature ejaculation."
Oh no!
Hello.
Oh, no.
Painful.
It's very difficult, very difficult. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's my dog's birthday today. turned 9 years old. We got this designer dog. My wife named him Fabio. Yeah, Fabio. She dresses him in silk pajamas and a gold collar. But I don't call him Fabio. I call him Houdini. Because with 2 wags of his tail, he's made my sex life completely disappear.
Hello. Zing.
Now sex is just a grand illusion, and without the handcuffs. You know how hard it is to perform when there's 4 legs, a panting wet tongue, and the smell of bad breath in your bed? And a dog? So difficult, so difficult. Well, my wife, she spent $6,000 on this dog. But her spending is out of control. During this pandemic, she got hooked on Amazon. The packages is just nonstop. In fact, we get so many packages, they just rezone my front porch as a loading dock. And they're stacked up to the roof. I'm afraid to go out there and pull a box out there, they all fall down. It's like I'm playing a game of Jenga for giants. Going from the front porch to the second floor, back downstairs. You know, I feel like a personal delivery monkey. She calls me her Amazon primate. And my wife said to me, Bruce, it's your birthday. What would you like? I get you something special. I said, how about a forklift? Maybe a weight belt and a bigger house. You know, we have the only house in the block that has valet parking for the FedEx guys.
Wow.
But the other day I saw my wife painting in the driveway, big letters. She said, reserved for UPS. I said, holy cow, what's going on over here? Is she having an affair with the UPS guy? Because every time he comes over, she's always bragging about how big his package is. And now she's paying extra for backdoor delivery.
Hello.
I'm starting to wonder if my
Zing.
fulfillment centers were lacking. But I have a lacking fulfillment center over here. I know what Brown's doing for her, but what's he doing for me? And the other day she handed me a box and it had construction boots, brown shorts, and a clipboard. So every time I want to have sex now, I got to sign for it. This is making my family life miserable. The only smiles in my house now are the ones on the cardboard boxes. She's a lovely lady. You know, we actually love doing things together. Broadway shows, nice dinners, the UPS guy.
Hello.
You got to keep it in the family. No, but I give her credit. She's a fitness nut. She takes yoga. She loves it. She finds it especially therapeutic and relaxing when the goat jumps on her back and licks her ears. I said, wait a second. When I tried that last week, you slapped me and threw me out of the bedroom. But now you pay a goat to do it? She says, well, here's special breath and better technique. So I asked her a simple question. Did they allow kids in the class? She says, no, they only use adult goats. And she suggested I start a fitness program. So she signed me up to a gym. So I'm at the gym. I went downstairs to the weight room. And there's this 300-pound guy. He had one of those Nike sweatshirts on there. But his didn't say just do it. His says just ate it. And he's going like this and like this. And I said, what is this for? He says, you know, obesity runs in my family. I said, looking at you, buddy, it looks like nobody runs in your family.
Hey.
Hello.
And I said, keep on going like this. I said, my trainer says I have a slow metabolism. I said, buddy, you don't have a slow metabolism. It looks like you got the furniture disease. Looks like your chest is falling into your drawers. Where am I over here? Well, anyway, as I mentioned before, my wife, you know, she's into this whole organic stuff. You know, she's into fitness, not organics. She sent me to the produce shop, my produce aisle, my local store. And I never bought organic vegetables before. He wants to buy organic kale. So I asked the guy, how can I tell which is organic? He said if they're half the size and twice the price, they're organic. I said I drive one of those. It's called a Prius. Like I said, she's into this kale stuff. I never knew what kale was. So I looked it up. Kale is lettuce's bitter cousin. It's in the lettuce family. You know, that 50-year-old has been divorced 4 times. That's kale. And no recipe ends well when the first ingredient is kale. And the only problem with kale is it tastes like kale. Kale is the new superfood of 2021. But growing up, Mike, we didn't have superfoods.
No.
We just had food, you know. But to me, kale is like kryptonite. Superman can leap tall buildings in a single bound. For me, kale will clean out my colon in a single serving. But the new superfood of 2021 is Chipotle. My son corrects me, he always says Chipotle. Great, this kid got a 40 on his Spanish regions. He's correcting me. Whether it's Chipotle or Chipotle, all I know is I do love their pulled pork fajitas. But my son, I remember when he was 13 years old, I caught him playing with a deck of cards with naked women on it. So I said, son, what kind of games do you play with that? Lots of solitaire. And I always thought the noises coming from his room because he was playing with his other joystick. But, fast forward, the other day he was out running and he came back, he was all sweaty. He said, Dad, I need my running clothes washed. So you go downstairs and do it yourself. He said, but Dad, we have a new wash machine. What do I set the machine on? I said, what does it say in your sweatshirt? He yelled back up and said, Nike. That's my time. Thank you. My name is Bruce Lipsky.
Bruce Lipsky, ladies and gentlemen, from Long Island, I think, via upstate New York at some point. Upstate New York is nice up there. Everybody's very nice. I don't think they have, coffee places. You just go someplace and you get coffee. You know what I mean?
Oh, great.
I'm not a big fan of the Starbucks concept. That's no, that's what I'm trying to say. We're taking.
Tell us about it, Mike.
No, all right, I'll tell you something. Here's the thing: when you get old, you stop having that sense of when you're too close to somebody. You know what I mean? Like I used to hate those guys that when you're getting ready to check out at a supermarket, there was some guy that was standing right behind you, like breathing in your ear, and you turn around and they're always surprised, like, oh, was I standing too close? No, I was hoping somebody would zip my pants while I was waiting to pay for my groceries. You know what I mean? And now I am that guy. That's my point. And I used to have an incredible prostate thing, where I could piss up a wall from all the way across the room. It was unbelievable. And side note, ex-girlfriends hate that. They hate that. In my mind, it's like, okay, see what you're missing? In their mind, it's stalker. All of a sudden, I'm a stalker. Because Downing Trow in their living room. Downing Trow, by the way, is it's the sequel to Downington Abbey. I'm just, so here's the point. You go into, I moved to Denver. I don't know where our other people are all from, but I go into Denver and they have the weirdest guys working at Starbucks. Starbucks has some great drinks, but the people who work there, like, first thing I'm worried about is that I'm worried if I've waited too long, or I'm standing too far back, or if I'm standing too close to whoever's in front of me. So I always go up to the barista when I finally get there and I say, was I okay? Was I standing too close to anybody? And they go, no, you're good. I'm like, I didn't ask you if I was good. Was I standing too close? How do you make a value judgment out of it? Oh, all of a sudden I'm good. Thank you. And because, you're a minimum wage employee, you're an excellent ethicist. I'm just saying, that's all I'm saying is, no, they are good. I was feeling guilty about the dead hooker in my trunk, but now the barista at Starbucks has said I'm good. It's all fine.
It's all good.
It's all good, as they say, absolutely nowhere except when I'm being interrupted in the middle of a bit. So anyway, and I don't like it because the baristas, I guess I'm now old enough that I'm just that old man shouting at a cloud, because they all seem like they're children, and they're relentlessly cheerful. They have a script or something that they work for. You have to demonstrate that you're always upbeat. What can I get started for you? Huh? What can I get started for you? How about divorce proceedings? Huh? I'm trapped in a loveless marriage. Can you help me out with that? No? What about chemotherapy? I got a prostate the size of a basketball. I was going to say cantaloupe. But basketball somehow, it's just an image that I thought was really funny. It looks like you have three buttocks cheeks.
Yeah, that one scores 2 points.
Oh,
Shut
or
up.
three if you're standing outside the line.
Right.
Thank you.
The foul line.
That's what I was hoping for out of this comedy bit. If people could just know a little bit more about one of
Sports.
America's favorite sports by the time I got off, I would consider my set a success. I don't even want laughs. I just want to teach people.
Pickleball.
Oh, good. Go
Oh,
let's
good.
see.
I didn't want any laughs. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm not getting any? Is that what it is?
That's
Chuck?
what he said, yeah.
No, I get it, Chuck. I understand what you're saying. There's also one other person that always works at all the Starbucks. Maybe it's not true everywhere. I didn't see him before I moved to Denver, but they're all over Denver. It's just like there are all these young kids that have the asymmetrical haircut. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
In the front, Auschwitz in the back.
Ow.
And then there's one other guy who's like generations older than the rest of them. It's like the 60-year-old barista who's obviously there are not highway miles on this guy. He's got a tattoo of a face on his face. He's got a new one that's got the spray on it still. You know, you can see the shiny stuff on his shoulder. It's like a devil's skull with a cobra sticking out one of the eye holes in the skull and puking poison on the baby Jesus wrapped in barbed wire. And he's got more piercings than you could. It's unbelievable. You walk by him, your watch stops. He's got his own gravitational field. It's incredible. And this is the guy who supervises the place. So when all the young guys are leaving, he's the one that yells at him across the whole store to the front door and goes, "Hey, make good choices. You're a 60-year-old barista, man. What the fuck do you know about a good choice? You've made a couple of those. You wouldn't be pouring coffee now in your dotage, you moron." Says, "Yeah, what good choices are you talking about? Anyway, hey, you guys gonna have sex this weekend? I don't want to catch you using condoms. Come on, just go au natural. You're young. Roll the dice. There'll probably be a cure by the time you get anything. You know." Or I don't know what. I don't know what you do. What do you do? They just say, you know, anything. He'll say anything to him, like, I don't know. Make sure. Oh God, I can't remember what this joke was. It was a great joke too, and I was rolling, baby. I was rolling.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't make any difference. You know what the point is, Chuck? The point is.
What is the point, Mike?
I try
What
to
is
stay
the
out
point?
of. I try to stay out of the Starbucks wherever I can in Denver, and I just go to like a 7-Eleven and I get coffee from there.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, because you can just point at it. You know, the guy doesn't understand you anyway behind the counter, so just point at the coffee and he'll get it for you. Anyway, we have other stuff that we need to talk about. Chuck.
Mike, we do. We have some fun announcements. And thanks to people watching live on the YouTubes and whatnot, where
Oh, you're going to use drugs this weekend. But don't want to catch you using clean needles. I got some dirty ones in the car.
right.
Right. Sorry.
It's another bad
Never
choice.
go back after the.
Oh, was that?
Right.
Oh, you're doing a joke. I thought
You know, Mike, even the way you went back to get that laugh brought us more zing. And that's why the Open Mic Comedy Show is brought to you by new and improved Zing. If your
Yay.
jokes need some zing, bring them to the Open Mic Comedy Show, where we also like to talk about cool charities. Mike, can you tell the gang watching about Magic Moments, please?
Yes, here's something that I actually do that's worth doing, and something I do actually well. You can make your own judgments about how I do comedy, but this I do well. Magic Moments is a theater company that is special needs inclusive. It's based in Denver. There's very few of those in the United States. We moved here because I have a daughter with special needs, and she gets to perform in the show because she loves musicals, and they put on a full-length musical every year. For the last several years, I've been helping to write it. And all of the songs in every show are ASCAP and BMI licensed, so you know that you're going to recognize and love the music in every show that you see, and we repurpose the lyrics to help with the story. Large cast, 150 to 200 people in the cast, and I'm not joking about that.
Wow.
About 50 to 60 of those people have special needs that range from minimal to severely impacted, and somehow they managed to find a significant contribution for everybody who's in the show to make. The age ranges from 4 to 80, the different special needs, and yet it all comes together and it makes for a objectively entertaining show, but an amazing show considering all the people who were involved in it and all the varying skill levels that they have and abilities. So if you're in the area during next spring break time, make sure you get to the Magic Moments show. And if you're not in the area, go on the website and see what they do, and unloosen your wallet. And once the moths fly out, like in a 1930s cartoon, make a donation to these people because it's well worth it. Chuck, that's my spiel. I hope it hasn't been too long.
No, Mike, thanks for telling us about the terrific organization. Hey, over the weekend, Mike, I went up to Camp Two Belong to put on a comedy workshop for Elevating Connections and their youth who are separated from their siblings by the foster care, and as well as youth in systems of care, because there were also some homeless youth who were up at the camp this weekend. So Olivia, thanks for purchasing a ticket. Your ticket purchase, and folks just like you, as well as our private event fees, we donate 10% to Elevating Connections to put on cool programs like that. So the kids get to be with other kids in system of care, or they also get to be with their brother and siblings. So check out elevatingconnections.org. We do stream the show on Spotify. If you want to find all of our links, go to our link tree. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then, Mike, we have some VIP customers. So today we got them Facebook that works. And if your Facebook isn't working, you just ask this lady. Her name's Angela, and she'll tell you what's on Facebook at any time. And she also has some zing for you. So feel free, VIPs, to enjoy Facebook that works, and as well as these washboards.
You guys are here every week.
Yes, Alan, they're here every week, and they'll continue to be a gift until I get bored of looking at them. So, and we also got you hamburgers this week with bacon. And a little bit of egg. I like when there's egg and some cheese in there.
What goes better with a burger than some salad?
What's that thing on the left?
Got you a nice salad. It's a slider, and then there's some.
Looks like looks like an eyeball.
A snail. Looks like a snail.
Yeah.
Right. You snailed it, Bruce.
Oh,
Sorry, look at that escargot. And Olivia, we got prizes. Sorry, we do have prizes for you, Olivia, up there in the balcony. The VIPs got washboard abs, so I got you this authentic washboard.
I get it.
Enjoy this for your laundry ease. And then there's also this guy, packs a powerful punch, he does. So enjoy your what you take away from this, Olivia. You're welcome to enjoy the weights or keep them after yourself.
He just uses them on TV.
And then this is some bacon. You just got to make it yourself. So we got you some bacon, and then got to include a salad.
Nothing goes with bacon like salad.
Bacon and salad.
Have to include a salad. So
genuine salad. Kale-free, by the way. Kale-free salad.
Right, kale-free salad with make your own bacon. And so I hope you enjoyed your prizes. Mike, right after we give away prizes, we always do our round robin. It's brought to you by Round Robin Real Estate, known for plus size sales figures. Today's topic is Starbucks drinks that didn't quite make it. Starbucks drinks.
Is that supposed to be Robin there, putting her hand on her hip? Is that what that is?
Yes.
That is Round Robin. She is known for plus size sales figures. Don't forget that April is APR month. Sorry. Let's do the round robin of jokes there, gang.
What is the round robin of jokes?
The
Chuck? Why don't you
topic
finish
is
the topic?
Starbucks drinks that didn't quite make it. If
Hmm.
you recall, they released the tapioca chino, and that didn't seem to take off too well.
no. They were just trying to root out some more business from Central America.
Right, and there was
Oh.
the urine latte that didn't work out very
Oh.
well.
Ooh.
I had jalapeno frappuccino.
Oh boy, that's hot.
Hmm.
Yes.
The kale latte is actually very popular, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but that crappuccino, that's even worse.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I went to a place where they were selling crackaccino.
Oh wow,
Oh.
that's popular.
People, you
What?
can't stop with just one.
Well, you know that anything that's served at Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's didn't make it at Starbucks. You realize that?
Yes, that's true.
You know, it didn't really catch on at Starbucks.
What?
A normal cup of coffee.
Oh, all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
No real interest in that.
I can scratch that one off my list. Okay.
They
there we
don't
go.
even know how to. They don't even know how to make that.
Of course, there's the goat's milk frap. That's always tasty.
Mm.
Mm.
Tastes like grass.
I think just a plain frap is.
Has anyone had the Trumpkin spice latte?
Oh man, just bright and orange.
The flavor,
Oh.
bright orange. The flavor isn't just out of this world. It's out of touch with reality.
I heard it's
Wow.
It's really
there's-
pretty. It's gorgeous.
The KKK coffee was banned north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah. Extremely
Right.
popular south of it, though. Yes,
I wish-
Bruce is trying to jump in here.
Oh, go ahead,
It's
Bruce.
okay. No, it's okay. I jumped, but I hit the wall when I jumped, so it's all right.
Ooh, oh, that's gotta hurt.
I wish they would bring back that stop, drop, and Rolo.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was cold brewed, Chuck.
Thank you.
Well, you know that you heard about the fish taco coffee that was boycotted by the Me Too movement.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh
Why?
no.
All right,
How come?
you're on probation.
I can't say.
You are on probation, my
I can't
friend.
say. I can't say.
There.
I have a very dirty joke. I hope this one
Oh,
will
really?
go okay. It's called the California Coastline Mocha Java.
Oh, kind of oily.
Totally dirty and very
You
oily.
don't want to spill that coffee.
I was.
No.
They were running a promotion at the Starbucks I usually go to. It's called for a new drink called Mocha Infrastructure.
Hello.
You can only order it in a venti. Tastes
When you
great.
were-
But it makes you feel bloated afterwards.
I like the Mocha Rocca. I think it's whimsical and yet urbane.
Ah,
Mo Rocca's a comedian.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
Right.
thought, why
Speaking,
not?
you and I both got that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
speaking of whimsical and urbane, anybody else got a Starbucks
I
drink
have
that
a
didn't
couple
quite make
more.
it? Mike, you better get them
Yeah,
out there.
I don't know if you remember this one. This one was just a brief period. It was actually quite popular, but it was only for a brief period of time. When the Flintstones movie came out, the Yabba Dabba Chino.
Oh wow.
Ah, perfect.
And there's also it's sort of in it's coming out in conjunction with a new commemorative stamp that the U.S. Postal Service is going to come out with for famous comedians. This one's the Don Rickles Memorial Macchiato.
Oh no.
You know the biggest one that didn't make it at Starbucks was the Colorado Comedy Club Starbucks drink.
No, really?
Yeah, didn't make
Oh, oh man.
Make it.
Did it have a name?
We're gonna get there one day.
it.
No, so I
Well,
think you
we
could tell from his set that Alan really specializes in setups.
well, Alan,
I
we
think
got
that
you.
one's brilliant. I think that one's brilliant.
We got you a sweet latte for winning the round robin of jokes.
Oh, my God.
So
And that is,
congratulations.
that's
And
actually
look,
the
the foam is in the shape of a vagina. That's so
I'm
That's
for
so
clever.
Yes.
that's in
so
the
sweet. At least that's what I hear.
That's the Jar of Hearts latte.
As far
I
as
thought it looked
know.
like Trump's penis. It was
Christina Perry.
It is a Rorschach test of foam.
Yummy.
Oh, I'm so relieved you said that. I just thought it was a big dick in there.
Yeah. Rorschach, I hardly knew him. I
Could
don't,
be.
does that make sense? I don't think it makes
Was that Rorschach or Horseshaw?
Rorschach.
Yeah, it's
That's what I was
there's
thinking.
also a Rorschach test. Just look at different fonts of Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter.
The cat's hair.
Hey, so anyway, are we? If we're done with the round robin, I would love to get back into the comedy portion.
We should, yeah.
And
Did we start that yet?
we'll be
But I wanna be on the
we'll
show
be coming
too.
up on that in just a few minutes. But first, I'd like to introduce this guy. Another guy that I've known for a long time. I think we just missed each other in New York, but we knew each other for a long time in Los Angeles, and he has now moved to Michigan. We're both graduates of the University of Michigan. I got over it. He did not. So he's back there, and I think he lives in Clio, don't you?
Scio Township.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you moved back.
You're thinking of the award for
Yeah,
advertising.
the award,
excellence, the
yeah,
Clio.
advertising award city.
Yeah.
So at any rate, he's a very funny guy, and he can't help himself. So please welcome, if you will, Ned Rice. Ned Rice.
Thank you,
Round of
Mike.
applause for Ned
Thank
Rice.
you. Wow, what an auspicious beginning. If that word
Right.
means what I think it means. Welcome to the big show. You guys like impressions?
Yay!
Anybody enjoy
Yeah.
them? Okay, I just do
Sure.
one impression. This is the GPS lady, you know, from your phone and so on. The GPS lady having sex. Here we go. Arrived.
Uh,
That's what it would sound like, folks. Come
Uh-huh.
on. You know what's ironic? I still need the GPS to find my girlfriend's G-spot. That is how bad my
hmm.
sense of direction is.
That's
Wow. Okay.
wow. If it at least you care.
And we're off to a dead start. That's
Oh.
important.
No,
The joke has
Facebook
almost arrived.
Facebook.
in 800 feet, say your punchline.
Proceed to the route. Facebook was off all day. It was kind of scary. It got to be like 7, 8, 9 o'clock. I had no idea what my mother had for dinner. It was frightening. I didn't know what to do without the face. Mark Zuckerberg is in Facebook jail now. That's not supposed to happen. Our whole society is crumbling. I'm tired of it. R. Kelly, I don't know if you heard, Chuck, I know you're a big fan. R. Kelly is guilty as charged. I think it was a mistake in hindsight. I think it was a mistake for him to call Bill Cosby as a character witness. I think that worked against him.
That probably
I would
worked
have gone with Harvey Weinstein.
Or fire.
Here's the sad part. R. Kelly's looking at 15 years in prison. Even worse, it's a virtual certainty he will not be hosting the Kids' Choice Awards on Nickelodeon next year. That's not going to happen. So how sad. So sad.
They backed
Last
out.
week, sorry.
They backed out.
Okay. That made it so much funnier. Thank you. Last week, a woman from Roseville, Michigan, was banned for life from Spirit Air. She was flying from Miami to Detroit on Spirit Air. She ethnically intimidated another passenger, and then she was verbally abusive to a flight attendant. And now she's never allowed to fly Spirit again. And I'm thinking, that's all I have to do? That's it? I just have to give some shit to 2 people on a flight and I never have to fly Spirit again? Where do I sign up for that? That's a good idea. I like that. Spirit Airlines, just my hack reference at a glance. Spirit Airlines is the worst airline ever in history. It's the only airline where you wish the pilots were drunk, because that way you might get to the next city, because there's another airport bar there. This is a true story. I was on Spirit Air and I was going to my seat. I had my little ticket in my hand and it said, seat 10B or whatever it was. I get to the spot. I get to 10B, and usually there's someone else in your seat. In my case, there was no seat there. The chair had been removed. There was just like a hole in the ground, in the floor of the plane. And I'm not making that up. That's actually true. And I said to the flight attendant, excuse me. And, of course, I was being a big pain in her ass. She said, there's only one seat left on this flight. I don't know if you'll want it. And I said, I'll take it. I have to take it, And it was weird, too, because I've never flown a plane before. But I thought, well, I'll give it a try, Attention passengers. Anybody here know how to fly a plane? So that was my Spirit airline experience. You probably heard that. I don't know if you heard this. There's a lot of trouble in Afghanistan right now. There was like government change over and so on. And it was very sad. A lot of people got hurt and killed. And I thought, that's really sad, but that's halfway around the world. What does that have to do with me? And then I got my heroin bill this week. Oh my God, it's like double. Afghan heroin is through the roof right now. My wife doesn't have that kind of money. Come on, that's not fair. Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm not married. I have a girlfriend. She's lovely. She's fussy though. She's a little fussy. She really, really hates butt stuff. And she's mad at me now because yesterday I accidentally butt dialed her. I said, honey, it's just a fix. She said, you said I would enjoy it. And look, it's just a figure of speech. Stop with the butt dial thing. I don't know. My nephew is having a baby and his wife. And they're hoping for a girl and they're picking out girl names. And I said to them, whatever you do, don't name that girl baby Dakota, Sierra, or Crystal. Because what if she doesn't grow up to be a stripper? Then what is she supposed to do? You shouldn't give baby girls stripper names. It's too much pressure. They should just be allowed to grow up and do what they want to do with their lives. It's not fair. Do you guys like country music?
I do.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Whenever I hear country music, I think, what country are they talking about? Because that's just more of an editorial, really. I just thought I'd slip that in because I know you're fatigued from laughing. I thought I'd give you a little break, but it didn't work out. If you're taking bagpipe lessons, how do you know you're getting good? I've seen people play bagpipes, little kids that just started to learn, and then grown men who've been playing bagpipes all their life. And honestly, they sounded about the same to me. I mean, that's my impression. I know I've never even held a set of bagpipes in my hands, but I might actually be pretty good. You never know. Who knows? That's what I feel about that. So I was a busy guy today. I work on this wonderful nonprofit. You may have heard of. You've probably heard of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, perhaps. Yeah, maybe.
I have. Sure.
I work on a similar group. It's called Make Another Wish. Our mission is to help terminally ill children learn to be more realistic. You
Oh my God.
You want to shoot baskets with LeBron, kid? Man, that's not going to happen. How about a nice lunch? Would you like a lunch? You can have French fries, potato fries. That's what we do. We give back to the community. And I can tell that you've had more than enough of my comedy sounds tonight. So I'll say good night and thank you for listening. That's all I have to say to you.
Please more, Ned.
No, that was more than enough.
More insight to the sad.
He's making his wish right.
Sad world of the terminally ill child, please.
He's making his wish for more laughs.
That's your.
Hey, ho!
Be more realistic. It's me. Come on.
Yes.
And
I thought it was fabulous.
I have to sign off. Thanks, everybody.
Ned Rice.
I have to get up very early to do
Joke and run.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye, Ned.
Thank you. I didn't know that you were having to get off so soon. I would have brought you up earlier. That would have helped us work a little bit of a build into the show. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Never mind.
Well.
Chuck.
Hey, buddy.
I couldn't help telling from the private chats that you and I were having that you've been thinking about comedy this week as well. Is that correct?
Mike, I have been thinking about what they call the comedy
They don't call it that.
What?
Now, I was glad Ned brought up that Facebook went down today, and I missed it for all 8 hours because I tune into Facebook to get everybody's opinion on everything. I teach at Community College of Denver. We have a new program where we're eliminating books from class. We're just going to teach the kids to ask the Facebook comment section.
Oh.
And then you'll get realistic advice. Everybody's their own press officer on Facebook. Like, they don't sound like themselves, but they say things like, parents are the worst at it. They're like, I want to thank Brianna for this awesome artwork she made today in kindergarten. You truly bless our whole family with the way you glue pasta to a paper plate. And you can see like the press officer motif happens when a celebrity dies. You know, that celebrity died today, and as soon as Facebook was back, people began issuing their press statements, you know, like, rest in peace, celebrity. I didn't think of you 3 days ago. I haven't thought of you for 16 years, but man, I just heard you're dead, and I'm mortified. So RIP, big dog. And I always picture celebrities up in heaven, like finding out from God that God believes in thank you notes. God is like, you know, all these people took time out of their day to issue an RIP statement, and I believe you owe each of them a thank you note. So celebrities up there in heaven going like, I promise to rest in peace just as soon as I finish 10 million fucking thank you notes. And I wonder if, like, what would happen if we had Facebook in the days of the town crier? You know, like, what if that's how people were like back in that era? Just instead of having a town crier, they would just go to the end of their driveway and yell out announcements like, I want to thank my wife, Mindy, for being the absolute captivator of my heart. I love you and no one else, Mindy. And then someone else from down the block is like, then why are you buggering the McKinley boy?
Ow.
That's all I have. I got that far. Facebook.
That's Bud's book.
Town crier.
That's great. Maybe
My
I should
favorite.
have the guy come down to the end of the driveway with whatever he's eating that day and showing it to passers.
Right. They gotta have a watercolor. Like, check out Adriana's watercolor of our summer squash.
Look at the way the watercress sets off the goat meat. Hashtag blessed.
If I only knew what a hashtag was.
Right? See, that's why you bring your jokes to the open mic comedy
There you
show.
go.
You get more zing, more
You
zing.
get 100% more zing from the MC who's, well, let's face it.
Hashtag you're it.
Right. Yeah, today, Mike, you were better at my jokes than yours.
I didn't tell any of my jokes. I stole every word of that shit.
Right.
I thought you're supposed to say, I thought those were the jokes you wrote from each up. Good night, everyone.
Right. But thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
They love to fall over. Anyway, we got more show. That's incredible as it may seem. We have more.
What?
Show. That's right. We have more show.
What?
We backloaded the distaff side of our comedy this evening, and we have one of my fave newish comics is coming in. Her name is Paula Mattocks. I want you to give her a big round of applause as she takes.
Where'd she go? Where's she going?
You know, what are you, a cop?
Come back, Paula.
Your comedy the way she wants.
That's right. We had more.
I was concerned.
Give it up for Paula, everybody.
Oh, Matt,
Yeah.
okay, clap for her. And,
Hello.
hey,
Well, let's give it up to our host, you guys. Week after week, man, they come back better than that old STD, man. So thanks, you guys.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. And now I've given you the clap you can tell your mom about. The good kind, you know.
Ew. Ew.
The monsters of my own making, they keep fucking my shit up.
Oh, no, you froze. How can you do that? Not now.
No.
Oh,
Reboot, Paula.
There's like 2 seconds before my set, my bit.
Oh.
What's going on? I don't know, fuck.
Okay.
Oh, no.
we
You
can hear
can't
you
hear
now.
me.
I think
Now
you're
we
back.
can hear you.
Am I back?
Yeah.
No,
Now
you
you're
were
back.
bad, but now you're better.
Phew, that's much better. Thank you so much. I've been waiting for that. Oh my God. Well, see, that's the creator. He likes to see me squirm, man. He must, because he's always like throwing me curveballs, you know? God damn. Well, I got a big surprise for some of y'all. I don't know if you know this, but I have an ancient Indian secret for everybody tonight. I'm Native American. I know you can't tell by looking at me. Yeah. I'm what's called an incognito Indian, you know, because I can hide in plain sight.
Oh,
It's super fucking handy, y'all. It's getting hot out here in this world, man. It's a dangerous fucking place, you know? Yeah. Well, I'm Hoopa. I'm from Northern California, my tribe. And luckily, we were in Northern California because by the time the soldiers got to us, they had given themselves PTSD. Like, fuck your shits up, man. Totally. Yeah. Who knew, you know? Like, yeah. So they just started marrying us instead of killing us. I thought that was nice, you know? Like, better, you know? And that's
That's
and that's kind of how I got my white daddy, you know, long story short and all. Yeah. Thankful for that trauma, you know. God. I got a native mom. And I think native moms are a whole different kind of critter, you know. People, they don't know what a native mom's like. So I try to say, put all the ethnic moms together and then piss it off. And that's a native mom, you know. Yeah, they are fiery, just like they're advertised. Totally fucking fiery. God, it's crazy. It's been like my own action game though, you know. Like I got hit twice by a car when I was little on my bike, and I never told my mom, you know, because I would have got my ass kicked again for not watching out, you know, not being careful. It's tricky, you know. She did warn me, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about this story until my mom was listening to my sets over this pandemic. Poor thing. She likes my comedy. What can I say? And I forgot about this part. And I got my ass kicked a few weeks ago by my mom. Makes no difference my age, man. None at all. Like a native mom. Native mom. In my family, we actually have real native names. I'm one of 3 sisters. My older sister's name is Daytime Moon, which I took to mean like the sun. You know, she was hot and scalded anybody that was around her. So kind of fit, you know, like, oh, you know. And then my younger sister, her name is Butterfly. That's pretty, you know, nice to look at.
yeah.
Fragile as a motherfucker. Right, too. Who knew, you know? And my name, being the middle child, it's fucking perfect. It's Spiked Buck. Yeah. Yeah. Because the creator does like to fuck with me. He's been doing it for a really long time, you know? It's like, whoa, what does that mean, you know? And I grew up a tomboy, so I thought, am I supposed to be a boy? You know? It's weird. It's confusing, you know? Because my generation, there was no transgenderedness, you know? Like, it was either you were straight, you were bull dyke, or whatever, you know? So I decided to just fuck my life up the regular way and got married and had kids, you know? But I always wondered, you know? And then a few years ago, I was going through the forest in the middle of the night, which was scary already. And I was going around a turn and there was a buck and I didn't hit it. Phew, you know, I broke in time. But his brother was tailgating and I spiked that buck. So I earned my name, y'all. It was so weird. I'm like, oh my God, didn't fuck my car up. I got to keep going, because when in the forest, you need to get the fuck out, It was so weird. But I'm proud, because my cousin, two dog fucking, he can't make his name, he can't level up on his name, So I'll always have that. I will. Yeah. And since my native mom is a native mom, she let me know recently that she thinks they named me that because she liked to eat deer meat when she was pregnant with me. Yeah.
Oh.
She couldn't tell me that fucking 40 years ago, so I didn't think I was a fucking bull dyke or tomboy or some fucked up shit. No. It's a better story when you draw out the pain. So turn your trauma into treasures, y'all, and stay safe, take birth control, and stay out of the hood. Thank you very much.
Oh, Paula Mattocks. Paula
Thank
Mattocks.
you.
I think I might be somehow partly Native American because
You look it, man. You do.
Yeah, I do. I look exactly like it. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I look like
I
would
work with
look
the
at a Native
redheaded
American
Indian,
through a
man.
scope.
What's your tribe? The conquistadors?
Oh,
Cherokee, Chuck. It's Cherokee.
When I went to
damn
camp,
it.
my cabin was the Potawatomis. So I know that was a tribe of Indian, and I thought it was.
I work at a place called Potawat. How weird is that?
Wow, that is weird. That is weird. Anyway, Paula Mattocks, one more time. Give her a round of applause. It's been kind of a low key show tonight. I wasn't very funny. Everybody else was. I always find that annoying. We have one more act for the rest of you. She came over from doing her own mic, and she's gonna perform for you now. And she's wearing a Ramon shirt. I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Wow.
I love it. Remind me to tell you my Joey Ramone story.
Oh.
My in-person Joey Ramone story. I will introduce you first, however, and allow you to regale us with your comedy stylings. Please welcome Dani Riedel.
thanks everybody. Oh, I'm very happy to be here on Monday night. I sometimes get asked when I tell people I'm a comedian, I get asked what I do for a living, and my response is always just like, you guys, please, like, I am a comedian, and I wrote a book that's published. I am an artist. I have a bachelor's degree in liberal arts. Naturally, I am a fucking bartender.
Oh.
I actually this last week started working a second bartending job, trying to save a little extra money, and my new bartending job is during the day because people who work graveyard shift need to get drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning. And their needing to get drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning means that I need to wake up at my bedtime. So that's annoying. Yesterday, I went in for a few hours. It was Sunday. There was an Eagles game on. And I live in Philadelphia, where, yes, it is currently football season. And the Eagles lost. They lost because they got 2 touchdowns taken away from them for and I quote, illegal touching. I feel like we need to pick a lane here because wealthy men in Philadelphia think that that's totally cool. Okay. Are we just enforcing it in football games now? I suppose that's what's going on. Okay. This is a rehearsal. These are new. This is rehearsal. My husband and I were recently referred to by someone in kind of a very like condescending way as a childless couple.
Oh no.
Like there are so many more politically correct terms that we prefer to childless, like happy, active, able to pay our rent reasonably comfortably. The list goes on. I had a job a few years ago at a fun little restaurant that some of you may be familiar with called the Tilted Kilt. Yeah, for those of you not familiar with the Tilted Kilt, it's kind of like if you classed up Hooters a little bit, but then shaved off everything in the midriff and then like just basically made it Scottish, I guess is the summary I can give you. Although just to let you all know that we kicked the asses of the Hooters girls in every charity bikini car wash, just for the record, every fucking time. And there's a difference. There's a big difference between Hooters girls and Tilted Kilt girls. I was a Tilted Kilt girl. Now, when a Tilted Kilt girl finishes her master's, she gets a better job. A Hooters girl finishes her manager's and gets better shifts. It's a
Hello.
big difference. We were all friends at the Kilt, all the girls, we all had a great time together, very friendly, talked about everything. One of my coworkers told me once in the dressing room, we were just chatting, she told me she'd never masturbated before. Like never? Really? And she goes, I don't know. She's like, I don't know how. And I said, well, like, I mean, I could give you the basics, you need.
Yeah.
And she was just like, like really, it really works that way. Like, so you can just like give yourself an orgasm whenever you feel like it. And I was like, well, I mean, within the realm of good taste. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah. She's like, well, man, like, then, so you could just do it whenever, like, you could just do it at work. And I said, all right, Lisa, remember yesterday when I had you cover table 37 for me?
Oh. Hey.
You said you were putting on makeup. You came back and your cheeks were all rosy. Bitch, no, you cannot masturbate and wait tables at the same time. Like, I need to earn money to buy vibrators and like, pay the rent on an apartment in which to use them. Come on. Ooh, when I was working an hourly office job, entirely different story though.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Thank you for being patient as I rehearse. I'm Dani Riedel. Have a good night.
Thank you very much, Dani, right now.
So when you worked the hourly office job, you had to go to Tilted Kilt to put your makeup on?
Dani did not have to do that.
I was just wondering. I was just curious.
No, Alan, you idiot. She's saying that she would do it.
You my wife, Alan, you
when she's in
idiot.
the office.
Right.
You know what? I don't work there anymore, so I can just say it. No bathroom, no women's bathroom in the Nutrisystem corporate headquarters.
Was safe.
It was safe.
Yeah.
No safe space.
Oh, when I put in my 2 weeks notice, we hit every last one.
Well,
I know a person who worked at the federal court building in Detroit who did the same thing with her boyfriend. They made a point of going to all of the courtrooms and all of the mediation rooms and having sex
Really?
in all of those rooms.
well, if we should say thanks to the gang on YouTube for watching all of our life's most intimate secrets at the end of the show. And
You have a number
perhaps take a silly photo.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think we should do devil horns.
Devil horns?
Or this.
1, 2, 3. Awesome.
I've got to run, guys. Take care. Thanks
All
for
right, let's.
Thank you.